Do you want to carry your ranked games but feel like you end up losing no matter what you do?
These players are so fucking bad.
Don't worry, since today I'll be showing you the subtle habits professional players use to carry their ranked games. Hey guys, it's Konpeki here, and I'm a peak Radiant coach who has helped thousands of students climb the ranked ladder inside the Immortal roadmap program. In today's video, we'll cover everything from improving at clutching to executing more effective fakes and fixing any gaps in your team's game plan. So make sure to stick around till the end and let's dive right in. When you think about carrying a ranked game, one of the first things that likely come to mind is winning clutch situations. For professional players, it's no different. Clutching is one of their main methods for making a significant impact in ranked games. However, what sets pros apart in their clutches are the subtle philosophies they employ to close out these high pressure scenarios, which are often overlooked by the average player. Take Liquid Nats for example. Let's break down a clip where he successfully navigates a 1v2 situation. There's a lot to learn from it, but the key to all his decisions is patience. Starting out this round, Nats and his teammates are getting ready to rush the B site. However, some unfortunate things happen, and not that long after the round starts, it's already nearly over. He does his best to trade his teammates, but before he's even out of B main, he's at the point where it's already a 1v2. Here, Nats first deliberately chooses to cut sound while he sneaks out to lane. With well over a minute left on the clock, he understands there's no reason to rush any type of play. In fact, he recognizes that by slowing it down like this, he can effectively get to whatever location he wants. From the enemy's perspective, the more time passes, the more positions he can realistically be in. So any time that passes makes it harder and harder to pin down his exact location, and thus opens up more opportunities for Nats. Next, as he hears his opponents in market, he places a star around stairs, which serves multiple purposes. It can function as a decoy, reinforcing the illusion of a rotation, but in this case, Nats may also plan to use it strategically once he gets on the B site. Even after placing it, Nats remains methodical. His patience pays off when the enemy player, Clove, extends after seeing the star, which gives Nats the exact fight that he wants. Here's where the situation gets even more interesting. After fake planting the spike, Nats tucks into the back of the site and waits, and waits, and waits a bit more. This pause accomplishes two critical goals. First, it creates uncertainty for the enemy team again, which forces them to wonder if Nats will make a sudden move. Second, it buys time for the star he recalled earlier to come back online, an essential component in his plan to win the round. With this careful approach, he safely plants a spike inside his smoke, securing a favorable positioning and the space that he needs to close out the round with a shorty. While there are moments in Valorant that demand quick, decisive action, Nats' performance highlights the often overlooked value of taking a step back, staying calm, and letting the situation unfold before making a move. Of course, it won't always be that you'll have 80% of the round left when you get to your clutch. But when you do, you better use that time well to exploit any gaps your enemies may leave. Now that we're on the topic of exploiting the enemy team, let's talk about the subtle art of selling fakes. Pro players frequently rely on fakes in ranked environments because communication is weaker, giving them a better chance to dictate the pace of the game and walk into open bomb sites. However, poorly executed fakes often lead to messy rounds, wasted utility, and even lost ultimates. Understanding your role in the round's plan is essential when selling a fake, and pro player and ranked demon Primmie showcases this perfectly. In this example, Primmie uses the classic Killjoy ultimate fake on Pearl's A site. First, he safely takes control of A main with his duelist teammates. By locking down this space, he's able to place down the ultimate in the default area. This ultimate is particularly effective because it covers a large portion of the bomb site and middle. What makes this clip stand out, however, is what comes after the ultimate and Primmie's deep understanding of his role in fully committing to the fake. When the KJ ultimate is deployed, Primmie is left alone on A site. For defenders, this can tell that the push is a fake. They can listen for activity and potentially hold off the rotations. Recognizing this, instead of playing it safe and rotating towards his team, Primmie takes a calculated risk. He actually pushes through the smoke to take the space his ultimate provides, creating noise and even securing a pick in the process. This play illustrates the importance of knowing when to take risks in service of your role. The ultimate was just the first step in selling the fake. Primmie's follow-up chaos maximized its effect, giving his team a free bomb site. The kill he earned was a bonus. It wasn't necessary to sell the fake, but it simplified the round even more, forcing the defenders to remain wary of his presence for the rest of the round. Now, before I go on to tell you how Rossy deals with the mistakes his random teammates might typically make, I would like to quickly mention that if you need more hands-on help applying any of the concepts mentioned in this video, or anything Valorant related for that matter, my team of Radiant and VCT coaches can help you rank up 500 RR in just 10 weeks guaranteed, or we'll coach you for free until you do inside the Immortal Roadmap program. Inside, you'll receive over 100 hours of personalized coaching, including hands-on drills, scrims, and one-on-one sessions to ensure you learn everything you need to hit Immortal Plus. So if you're serious about putting in the work with me alongside world-class coaches, click the link in the description below to book a free call with me or one of our coaches to see if we'd be a good fit. And hurry, because we just have 9 out of 80 spots remaining for the next season of the program that starts next week. Now, let's get back to the video. The next subtle habit that pros use to carry ranked games is effective in-game leading. I know, IGLing in a ranked environment can feel tedious or even frustrating.
1 HP to... Shut the f up, Mario! What is going on?
Sometimes there's even a bit of a stigma involved, but actually, there's a more straightforward method you could adopt to take better control of your teammates and by extension, the round itself. Let's examine how Rossy, a former T1 and C9 player, accomplishes this. In Valorant, rounds tend to follow patterns. Both teams will usually try to repeatedly exploit weak points they identify on the map. In Rossy's case, he noticed that his teammates kept losing control of market and sometimes A site on Sunset. The enemies were clearly abusing that weak link in his team's defense. However, Rossy adapted. He announced a change in his setup, telling his team he would anchor A site while they handled the rest of the map on their own.
Alright, bro. I'm not gonna lie, we suck at every important spot. We suck at market and we suck at A. So I'm gonna be the A guy, and you guys will do 1-3-1 for the rest of the game, okay?
Yeah, I'm done.
By clearly communicating his intention, Rossy helped his teammates play more effectively around him. His confidence in locking down his side of the map allowed his teammates to focus on their roles with better cohesion. And this adjustment worked, and Rossy continued to solidify his impact by offering straightforward pre-round calls, moving to different positions based on where he expected the enemy to strike next.
Go CT now. Just go CT. I'll watch out.
Keep in mind that when you see recurring problems on the map, you're often in a good position to identify solutions. Also, remember that compensating for your team's weak points depend on your agent. In Rossy's situation, he was playing Vice, a sentinel who specializes in stalling pushes and locking down a site all alone. If you're on a duelist, your approach might vary, but repositioning yourself can prompt teammates to also adjust their positioning. Just remember to communicate your plans ahead of time. If you just take someone's spot without talking to them first, it's probably just going to result in more confusion. For our final subtle habit, let's highlight the importance of processing incoming information. We'll break down a clip of Som during a high-stakes 1v5 clutch retake and analyze how he changes his decisions based on the information he receives. Although this example comes from an intense clutch scenario, this practice of information processing is something pros use every round. Valorant rounds can become chaotic in a heartbeat, with abilities going off, visual clutter on the screen, and a barrage of sound effects. Pros stand out because they can remain calm and effectively process the stream of information. Now, going back to Som, in this clip, he finds himself in a tough situation and initially decides to fall back and save his op, as the odds of winning the retake are quite low. While retreating, he capitalizes on the over-aggression of attackers, securing a couple of exit frags, a classic scenario. But everything changes in the 1v3 situation. Here, Som demonstrates the subtle habit of how he efficiently processes all information. As he's being pushed, he hears two opponents coming from his right through garden and another from heaven. Instead of panicking, he calmly processes this information and adjusts his strategy. Recognizing that the heaven player is isolated, he makes a bold decision. Instead of continuing to fall back, he actually pushes to take a fair 1v1 gunfight. Winning this duel gives him full access to the site. From this pivotal moment, the tide of the round shifts entirely in Som's favor. He leverages his positioning and composure to close out the round with a spectacular 1v5 clutch. You can't carry harder than that. The key takeaway here isn't just a flashy clutch. It's a habit of calmly digesting the constant flow of information and adapting your decisions accordingly. This habit is invaluable, whether it's during a clutch, deciding on rotations, finding timings for a push, or executing a round start strategy. Staying calm and processing information calmly and effectively can make all the difference in any situation. You might not be able to win every 1v5, and you're not even expected to. But if your enemies are giving you the opportunity like this, then it'd be rude to say no. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.